It's extremely fast, and at the same time you can't see around any of the corners. You know, you're driving at ridiculous speeds around the city, there's nowhere compares.
This is my 12th year, so I know my way around here now, and it's just a case of getting on it and extracting the most from the car. Always a slight bit of nerves, especially around here.
Well, you have to have respect for it. Macau, if you don't feel nervous, something wrong with you. But once a car starts to move, then you just drive it.
The last few seconds, you got people poking their heads in with autograph cards, so you don't really actually get a chance to completely focus and concentrate before you go out. It's literally helmet on, in the car, and off you go.
Of course, you become a bit more tense before the 5 minutes before you jump in, and you go through all the last parts with your engineer. It's always different from different drivers, but for me it's quite simple. I don't really have any special procedure. Or jump in the car and then just think about the small, maybe if you have 2 or 3 corners that you need to improve. You know, you always, when you go out, you always know that if you make a slight mistake, you can crash very heavily, and that's, I guess, you always have that in mind.
It's my favourite circuit of all time, but it's also the one that I probably have the most respect for. Well, I try to be pretty relaxed before I actually get in the car, and I normally there's a few people around the car and you're chatting away. I then try and get in the car probably about 10 minutes before you have to go out, because I just like to have my own space. We're in first gear in 6 corners, and then with a turbo that bangs in, so you have to be a little bit, aware of that.
So you just want to, be fresh mentally and know what you set out to achieve in that session, whether it be the race or qualifying.
We feel the butterflies here. In that you want to do really well, but at the same time you know that you need to push hard, and any mistake is going to be severely punished.
I think it's all about the small things that can happen in the right time, in the right moment, and if you win. And I think the second place again is not really what I want, so I'm really gonna go for that first place.
Looking at the grid, it's very, very strong this year, and there's a whole range of GTs out there to beat.
It's a city, you're driving at ridiculous speeds around the city, there's nowhere compares.
The drivers are focused on one thing only, which is to get the cars off the line. Well, this wonderful mixture of drivers, it perm anyone from any of these guys at the front as to which is going to be the best package to have. And away we go for the 60th Macau Grand Prix. Rosenquist and Marcello almost side by side.
After yesterday's drama, managed to finish race in 8th, so I'm quite happy with the progress we made.
The race started, the car felt great, but then all hell broke loose. I saw yellow lights, cars in the wall. I braked a little early, got through it all. P6 result.
Danny Watts is having a look to go through as well for second. Tremendous stuff.
Slightly shocked, never expected to get a podium, let alone second. The action in front of me, people diving down the inside, and came out the other side, A, unscathed, and B, with a trophy, so I'm over the moon.
For the team, it's just amazing. I mean, everyone is so happy. I think it's the best result we've ever had here.